Why should someone take the thought of selling bigger cases much more seriously?
The reason why they need to do this is, number one, to help their clients. Most people in this industry, they do it for a reason. They're passionate about this. They love helping their clients with Medicare, final expense, life insurance, whatever it may be, whatever line of business that they're helping them with.
Yep.
They do it more than just for the money. They do it to help them. Well, how do you better serve your client? How can you help them with bigger items, such as big retirement planning, asset-based long-term care planning? Well, you can do that by getting the fact finder, getting all the information and having that conversation. The main reason why, Cody, that most of these agents aren't doing it, they're not asking the right questions.
Yes.
They may get a quick little term life sale, quick little final expense sale, and then they move on. They may be intimidated to ask those big questions, but you don't have to be.
Hey, welcome back. Got a special interview today with my buddy Roy Snarr. When I say people that are making a bunch of money, helping a bunch of people and selling big stuff, this is the dude. We need to start calling you like Cash Cowboy or something. You know?
Yeah, there we go.
He's normally got like a cowboy hat on. What's up, Roy?
Hey, how's it going? Glad to be here.
Yeah, good, buddy. So one of the things that I want to mention real quick before I jump into an interview, and really I want to kind of dive into Roy's story a little bit so you guys can get to know him for a second. Roy averages over $7,500 per policy, not even per client, really, like per policy. He also can help anyone that will actually follow and stick to a system add over $500,000 to your annual income. And so Roy and I are doing a 4-hour live virtual workshop, like heavy content, on November the 17th. From 1 to 5 Central Time. Okay, so we're a couple weeks out. You can go to the domain. You can check the link below, but it's bigcaseslive.com.
Yeah.
Just for attending, you actually get access to Roy's financial fact finder. Talk about the fact finder for a second. Like, why is it important to be using a tool like that to find bigger cases?
Yeah, the fact finder is crucial to do bigger cases. I mean, when you talk about smaller cases like an easy final expense, or you're helping somebody enroll into Medicare, you don't really need an in-depth fact finder. They're pretty basic. Yeah. It's very low premium generally, and the benefits on the back end are usually small. But when you get to the bigger case sizes, you're going to need all the financial data that you can get your hands on in order to provide the best product for them, number one. Number two, it also helps you build credibility. Think of it. If you were to walk into any big financial firm and say, hey, I want to buy something, they're going to ask you lots of questions, go through a fact finder, make sure it's the right way to do it. If you simply go there and say, oh, hey, look, you're 65 years old, you have X amount of dollars in retirement, here's the plan for you. It's easy. Well, that doesn't lend much credibility. So we like to go through the full fact finding analysis, which includes health questions too, because that's a big part of legacy and financial planning is learning about their health and the risks.
Yep. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Also, for those that do not know Roy, he's been seen on some huge outlets, NBC, CBS, ABC, like those popular ones. He's a retirement planning expert that's been doing this for over a decade. He's got a lot of recognition amongst our industry with $1 Million Roundtable and all these other places that are like recognizing top producers. If someone's like, okay, I'm interested. The thought of big cases is kind of, in my mind now. It's teasing me. I'm thinking about it. I may go to Big Cases Live and register. Right now, it's only $47, I believe, still, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Which to download your brain into mine for $47 is kind of redonkulous. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
But why should someone take the thought of selling bigger cases much more seriously?
The reason why they need to do this is, number one, to help their clients. Most people in this industry, they do it for a reason. They're passionate about this. They love helping their clients with Medicare, final expense, life insurance, whatever it may be, whatever line of business that they're helping them with.
Yep.
They do it more than just for the money. They do it to help them. Well, how do you better serve your client? How can you help them with bigger items, such as big retirement planning, asset-based long-term care planning? Well, you can do that by getting the fact finder, getting all the information and having that conversation. The main reason why, Cody, that most of these agents aren't doing it, they're not asking the right questions.
Yes.
They may get a quick little term life sale, quick little final expense sale, and then they move on. They may be intimidated to ask those big questions, but you don't have to be, because if you're not asking them, somebody else is. So why isn't it you?
That's right. Yeah, it's so good. I mean, so for those that are like, okay, what can I expect to learn? What's tangible? Why should I take this seriously? Roy's going to be teaching on how to find bigger cases. Also, like he believes he could help you add an extra $500,000 to your annual income,
yes,
without buying leads or doing any additional prospecting marketing to people you don't like already know at all, right? Which is crazy. Also, his financial fact finder is going to walk through that. Also, some actual live case design on how he's actually, when he finds the case, how he designs the case. And then when he finds the case, designs the case, then like, okay, how to find the person, how to fill out the fact finder, how to design the case, and then the actual sales process that he walks through when he designs the case. And he's got it's like a 90 to 100% close rate when he finds a really good case and has a financial fact finder filled out. He's also, I don't know why he's doing this, but he's also going to be choosing 20 people while we're a part of the virtual workshop to actually close 5 big deals for them.
Yes.
Which is nuts. When you think about like your career, how did you start? Did you always start selling bigger cases?
No, I started with mortgage protection and final expense and the life insurance side of things.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of do. And it wasn't the Medicare route. I went the life insurance route, and I started just buying as many leads as I possibly could, door knocking. I printed out flyers at hotels. I didn't even have a printer.
Wow.
And then I would stuff mailboxes. I'd put them up in Starbuckses, like, come listen to me talk about life insurance. And so it was a very unique beginning, very humbling beginning. And after years of doing that, then I got the foundation, right? This is what we tell people all the time. You need a foundation. If you can successfully help people with, final expense, basic life insurance, Medicare, you have a foundation to help them with the bigger cases. And so a lot of the people that are going to be attending this class that we're having, which we're giving away pretty much everything that I've done and that you've done in the last 12 years about this for only $47 and by the way, the reason for that is you pay to pay attention. I mean, this is just something that you could grasp and get a hold of, and its lifetime value is immense. But we're going to walk through exactly how I'm doing this and how we've become one of the nation's leading asset protection firms in the country.
Wow. Yeah, it's cool. And I think about it too. Like I even think about it all the time, man. If I were to like totally start over, what would I do? And dude, I would just want to be Roy Snarr. You know?
You got a better hairline than I do, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I went back to selling insurance day to day, and running an agency like you are, I would want to sell bigger cases. Making $500, $1,000 really doesn't excite me, anymore. Right? We all evolve, our career, our brains evolve, our mindset evolves. We think bigger. And Roy's gonna help you think bigger on November 17th at bigcaseslive.com. What was the evolution for you to start to really transition and think bigger and start to give all this other stuff a new look? I mean, obviously you're helping clients that need it, but what else about that? It was just more fun. You enjoyed it more. Like, what would that look like?
Yeah, I wanted to be the one-stop shop guy, right? Where if I couldn't, maybe I don't I don't manage money, right? Nothing wrong with that. I just personally don't deal with AUM. I never wanted to. But my clients can still come to me, and I have partners that do that. So I wanted to be more the one-stop shop, because I noticed early in my career, I was helping a lot of people out. We were doing, 10 to 15 new clients a month selling life insurance, but there was so much left on the table. They had an advisor, they had all these other people that they weren't particularly fond of, or they didn't even have them, and I wasn't helping them in that. It's like, if I'm really confident in what I do and I care about this person, why wouldn't I try to help them the best that I can? And so that led me to basically stumbling into the world of annuities and asset-based long-term care planning and much larger life insurance cases. Before, in the very beginning, honestly, I was just intimidated to have that conversation. I was so comfortable with, hey, look, I closed this little deal. I got my check. I'm happy to go, right? And I'd move on to the next person. And I think a lot of us get into that routine. But if we just stop and ask a few questions, help them with the baseline policies, and have them fill out a fact-finding form and say, look, I can help you with this. And if I don't have a particular specialty, I have a partner that does. Let's just take a look at it. And then just practice and repetition. And that's what we started doing. And I noticed that in my own book of business, right? I didn't have to spend any marketing dollars. I have a ton of people that I could just call back on. They're already my clients. The easiest people to talk to are already your clients. And so that's what we started doing. We started mining the gold field that we were already sitting on top of.
Yeah, it's huge. It's special. And the cool thing about it is they can do it without having to buy any leads or call anyone they don't already currently know, which is awesome. And they can watch this from the comfort of their home on the 17th. If they haven't went to bigcaseslive.com and signed up yet, why should they?
So one of the things too, if you think about it, buying a lead, if you're going to buy a decent lead, depending on the line of business, it's going to cost you between $25 and $100 generally. Now, if you want to buy like an annuity lead, then it's like $350 to $400. You do a seminar, you're going to average about $300 a head. We do all of these things, right? And so one thing I want everybody to keep in mind is like, okay, if I can be taught how to mine a gold field that I'm already sitting on and how to cross-sell properly for $47, that's less than the price of one lead, but we're going to teach you how to do that into your entire book of business and moving forward on that. And this is how we come up with these numbers where you can average an additional $250,000 to $500,000 in revenue per year, depending on your client size. So this is why you should sign up, take a look at the video, get the fact-finding form. We're going to have Q&A sessions. It's going to be a fun event.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast, man. And the fact that you're willing to do this and give this much away is really cool. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being part of this event. Roy is also flying in on his own dime to be a part of this and actually do this live from our studio together. So it's going to be a really special, fun event. I'm super excited. I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? But before we go, all those listening and watching, I want you to think about this, okay? Would you love to fast forward your career and be in Roy Snarr's shoes? Or would you also love it if you could actually do it and be in his shoes and make the kind of money he's making without having to take near as long to make it? And would you like to additionally sell bigger cases than you're currently selling today without having to talk to anybody you don't know? Well, if any of those are yes, or all of those are yes, then I would encourage you to stop what you're doing, click the link below, go to bigcaseslive.com, register for $47 and come learn how you can add $500,000 to your annual income and how you can average over $7,500 per client. So stop that, okay, and go do that. Roy, thank you for being part of this event. Thank you for being willing to share so much. You're incredible, and we will see you all on the inside, November 17th, from the comfort of your home and the comfort of my studio for the live virtual workshop. See you soon.
Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there.
What advice would you guys give to some millennial young hustling agents like y'all that are they're struggling, they're trying to figure it out, they want to succeed, they're hungry, what advice would y'all have for that?
Yeah, I would say that there's a couple things.